Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And I'm really excited today, guys, because we're going to be doing another hit or miss video, but this time something a little bit different for the channel, and I'm going to be highlighting an Iron Studios piece. And I have to admit, I have been really awful at highlighting Iron Studios pieces because a lot of their stuff is 1/10 scale. It's just not something that I personally collect, but I've really been impressed with what they've been doing. Just absolutely incredible pieces, and they've been releasing so many of all of our favorite characters. It's just been really quite outstanding, and so I was really excited whenever I did see this particular piece because this is from my favorite Batman movie. Absolutely, just Batman Returns. It's just incredible, and of course this is the Danny DeVito Penguin, which is just iconic. It's just absolutely incredible, and I was just really excited that they were bringing this out to market. Of course, if Iron Studios was watching this, I would love this in a larger scale. I would love to see it in a quarter scale piece for sure. But, is there anything more iconic than Danny DeVito's Penguin? He's grotesque, he's terrifying, and I absolutely loved that as a kid, even, back then, in those days. I just loved how dark and gritty this movie was. Of course, Tim Burton, director. But this is a really fun piece. There's a lot going on that I really like. This is a $260 piece, which for 1/10 scale, that seems a little high to me. But you're also looking at a rather sizable base. You're looking at a sizable character, even though he is, pretty short in stature. But it's, it does have a pretty good footprint overall, and I think that was just really well done. There is one aspect of this piece that I do feel like is a big miss, and I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. But this does clock in at 13 inches tall by 7.8 inches long by 8.2 inches deep. So it's not going to take up a lot of room in your collection, of course, being 1/10, but you can see here that it does have, a good size to it. It really looks good. This is 2.8 pounds, so definitely something a lot smaller than what I'm used to talking about here on the channel. But the reason why I'm talking about this one is, if you guys have been following the channel, I have been considering getting the Iron Studios Batmobile, the 1/10 scale, for my white bookshelves. And I feel like if I get that piece, which I'm getting pretty darn close, guys, if I get that piece, do I need this beside it? Would this be really cool to complement that bookshelf, to have the Batmobile with Batman and then have this Penguin as well? And so I really got to think, is it good? Is it just something I want to add to my collection for the price point? I think the base is really quite incredible. But again, my biggest nitpick is the duck. I absolutely love this duck. That duck is so incredibly iconic, but I feel like it's way undersized. It's underscaled. I feel like it should have been much bigger. I think they could have just scrapped the whole base and just made the duck with him in it and the Penguin's riding along. That would have been incredible. But I feel like the duck is, a lot smaller than it should be. Of course, it does represent the character. It does represent that moment in the movie that we're, so familiar with. But at the same time, I just feel like this particular part was a big miss on this particular statue. I think the rest of the statue looks good. I think the likeness looks good. Could it have been a little bit better? Sure. But again, at 1/10 scale, it's a little bit hard to capture that perfectly. But overall, I like the art direction here. But again, imagine if that duck was bigger. How great would that have been? I just feel like that would have been a big selling point for me. I know a lot of other collectors noticed that right away too. They're like, oh, that duck just seems so small. Again, I just think it would have been so great to have the duck be the base, him and the Penguins riding alongside. I just think that would have been really great. But again, at $260, what do you guys think? Do you think that is a fair price point for this? Especially you 1/10 scale collectors out there, because again, that's just something that I have never really dabbled in, because I do collect the larger scale pieces. But that doesn't mean that these are not amazing, and they should definitely be featured here on the channel, because I know there's a lot of budget collectors that are collecting this scale or scales like this because they don't have a lot of room. But again, I think they're really fun to collect. And there's so many of them. Like I said, there's just so many of them right now that it makes it really fun to search out and add these to your collection and make these big giant diorama displays with all the Marvel, and it's just been really crazy. But I am enjoying seeing these DC pieces, and I hope they do more. I would love to see much more in comic book world and movies as well, because I think it's going to be really popular. But I did want to highlight this today, and again, I do want to know your thoughts. Is this a keeper? Is this a hit or miss in your book? Does the duck bother you as much as it bothers me? I do want to know your thoughts overall. But again, I think it's a fun piece. It's worth a pickup if the duck size doesn't bother you. And even with that bothering me, I still might pick it up if I get that Batmobile. So I want to know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think? Should I pick it up? Should I not? Is this something that you're picking up because of this today? I would love to know in the comments. Just thank you guys so very much for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell. You guys know the drill. And just thank you for taking time out of your day to watch. As always, I'll see you next time right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.